Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Rimworld. Today we're going to be continuing from where we left off last time. Uh, excuse me. In our little cannibal cultist colony, if you will. Let's see here. There we go. That should bring up the game there. There we are. Alright, so I'm paused at the moment because I don't want too much to happen right off the bat, because a lot is kind of in the process of happening. So, as you can see, I have a very small base. Got a mini map up in the top corner. We're just squished into the corner up here. It's a little more defensible than some other places on the map. We have some sleeping insects over here, which have helped and hindered us multiple times over the quadrum, the 15 days that we've been playing. We have a couple others over here which have done their share of causing havoc to enemies that appear. We currently have a merchant caravan that has shown up. They have things to sell, and we will definitely buy some of those things and try to sell them whatever we have of our own. And then we also have 3 people that have asked for help. I've decided to help them just rest and recover. Unfortunately, they aren't the happiest at the moment. This person is suffering from withdrawal because they didn't bring enough of their own supply, and I don't have any myself. This person is not very happy because they are wielding a weapon that they don't like. You know, that's not my fault. They came in with it, but I can fix that. I can have them drop that as soon as they wake up, which will be in a short bit. What else? What else? Also, hello, welcome. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh, also, I want to thank you guys for following. It looks like you followed a little bit ago before I started the stream, so thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. What else do we have going on here? Oh yeah, we have a fallen monolith, which is some sort of mysterious thing that we know nothing about, but we want to investigate it soon. I'm going to wait on that until we don't have 3 people that could turn hostile at any moment, and maybe wait until the merchants have gone away as well. We've got a few crops going down here. Currently we're growing rice and corn and cotton at the moment. We have a few other things that we can do as well. A stockpile that is currently so full that we're just throwing things on the ground outside, so we want to take care of that as well. I did kind of have a small checklist of things that I want to do off to the side to remind myself. So we took care of bedrooms, we took care of I guess daily rituals. I don't remember doing that, but apparently you're doing that. We're still working on defenses, food, and an actual room for the ritual to take place, and for us to decorate and whatnot. And at the moment, we're not living very comfortably. We're sleeping in poorly made cloth bedrolls. We're sleeping on the dirt. Oh, we do have one prisoner though. Captured them probably not too long ago. So I guess you could call them food in waiting, since we are cannibals after all, or at least these three are. These three are the colonists. These three are the visitors. So, we'll see what we can do there. What else? Is there anything else going on that I need to pay attention to? These are the animals in the area. Doesn't seem like it, so I'm just going to unpause it and start off at a slow speed and get things going. We'll start off with talking to the merchant here and see if we can buy and sell some things. So it looks like they don't want too much of what we have to sell, but they do have quite a bit of things to sell to us. Is any of it worthwhile, though? They have some sheep, they have some donkeys, a little bit of chocolate. They have 500 human meat. Interesting. I might buy some of that, just to make some food out of it. Because you're at dinner? Oh well, sure, that's fine. Welcome, and hope you have a good dinner. Let's see, what else do they have? They have components which will eventually be good, but right now we are kind of a tribal society. We don't really need components for anything at the moment. Some of this other stuff just looks like clothing. I have an ancient bed, but I don't really need that. So let's just sell off some of this stuff to them. And these two as well. Now, I have to be careful, because like I just said, we don't have a lot of technology. We are tribal. We don't have electricity. We don't have coolers, that sort of thing. So if I buy this, I have to make sure I turn it into food pretty much right away. So if I do that, you'd only be able to buy 227, spending all of our money. So I sell them some more stuff. I could probably sell them that. Could probably sell them some of this corn, because we don't need that much. Would that cover it? That would only cost 56. But I could sell them maybe a little more. Oh, we have 200 human leather. Hold on. Let's sell some of that. We don't need all of that. Well, I should probably keep some of it for making something. So, there we go. This will get us a bunch of food. We'll get rid of a lot of stuff that we don't need. And we'll get some money on the side as well. So, there we go. You are unhappy about building a weapon that you brought yourself, so drop that. And then you'll be a little bit happier. The reason why I want this person to be happy is because they are currently writing a book. This book is going to teach others how to be an intellectual like they are. Since they have an intellectual of 16 out of 20, which is usually the maximum, they can write a pretty good book. Compared to intellectual of 6, 10 is pretty good, and 4. So they're gonna write a book for us that will help us train our own intellect. What else can I do to make them happy? Well, they're in an awful barracks, so maybe if I told their friends to go sleep somewhere else, they'd have a room to themselves. And then they slipped on the ground. Well, Hmm. Can I make furniture? I can, kind of. I can make prototypes. So once this research is taken care of, uh, we can actually make some beds for them. And actually, hmm. So, oops, sorry about zooming in too much. These steam geysers that I have uprooted, it's a bit of a thing that I like to do. So normally, there are steam geysers um, throughout the map. I don't always like it. So I've added a mod that allows me to pick them up and install them wherever I want. And it is a little cheaty, but I try not uh, to use it too much. But right now, they're taking up a lot of inventory space in my storage. So I need to make. Let me unpause this. I need to make a zone stockpile. Let's just make a quick little one over here. Clear everything out. And allow that. Put that up to critical. And they should move those out of storage for me. Now, who? You are about to have a mental break. That's not good. Every time that... Oh, we're having an eclipse. Okay. I did take a look at what was around. I didn't really want to tame anything at the moment, so I'm not worried about that. So down here, the bugs have... Alright. Furs wandering around in a psychotic state. It's happened because of poor mood. The final straw was smoke leaf withdrawal. And this is what I was about to get to. Is somebody, like probably this guy or another one that was down here at some point. Like there's 3 weapons down here, so there's at least 2 other people that these insects have taken care of. But one of them dropped some smoke leaf here. So once it is nighttime and they're asleep, I'm going to try to see if I can grab some of this stuff that is lying on the ground. Because if I can grab this, then this person will no longer go into a daze or suffer any bad moods, because that withdrawal is actually giving a negative 20 to their overall unhappiness. So, all right. What else? Oh, also, we are, just so people know, if I go over here, storyteller we're currently have active is Cassandra Classic. They're just your basic storyteller. They're the one that provides the events and bad things that happen. If it seems too peaceful or something like that, or like I'm not getting enough bad things happening, then I could switch it to one of these other ones. So, and that's just standard in a game. But for now, we'll stick with Cassandra Classic. Now this guy... Alright, we do want the research done. So I'm gonna let him work on that a little bit. And then... Oh, what's this? The quest has become active. It's called Betrayal Offer. Fedosia. Fedosia, a red moyo of South Whitholm, has learned that Lissa and several refugees are being hosted at home. She is enemies with Lissa and wants to see her dead. She will send the following reward if kill all members of the Covenant of Atildo, Aphidio, something like that. Crimson Serum. I don't know what that is, but we will consider it. Sounds like it's probably a drug of some sort. It's worth 1,088. And so I would have to kill off these 3 people to get that. I will consider it, because, I mean, after all, we are a cannibal cult. Food is food, you know? However, they are currently here for another 8.5 days, so I don't need to worry about that right now. I can take care of that later, for as long as they're here. I'd also want this guy to finish his book before we do something like that. Or I'd like him to try to finish it. Let's see, it is morning, so we're gonna have to wait until nighttime for those things to go to sleep. Someone's down here. What are you doing? Oh, you were gathering something up to haul. Okay. Well, as long as you don't make the insects too unhappy, I'm okay with that. Just turn up the speed a little bit now that we're going. And so, there we are. We just dropped that in the storage. I would also like... Okay, first of all, there's a lot of things to do. Our colony is only technically 3 people large, so there's always going to be something I want to get done, and not enough people to do it. Even though I have 3 people extra helping me out, they can't do everything, and in fact, some of the things that I would like them to do, they can't, because like they can't leave the map to go on a voyage across to visit some of these other places. So, like, I can't use them to go trading. Oh, okay, this is the prisoner. I was worried that this was one of the colonists. Oh, okay, I see what happened. So I have this trading spot here. This is where the traders are supposed to go to do some trading. Apparently, because it's too close to this building, they're wandering in and out through here. So every time this door opens, gives the prisoner a chance to make a break for it or to try to do something. Apparently, they are going berserk and is attacking anyone they see. And the door is open, so just slow this down. Draft you up. Gonna go attack them here. Oh, but they've upset other people. So the other people have decided to use actual weapons rather than do that. But okay, so now that that's been taken care of, you can continue on without too much worry. But I am moving the spot further away. And now the merchant should move away from the prisoner's building. Alright, they're still awake down there. That's been taken care of. Let's speed things back up again. This is over there. Working on that. Oh, something I should probably do. I have a lot of wood. So, what is it? Is it in here? Yeah. I should probably add a few lights to some of these rooms. just because it helps people work a little better, that sort of thing. They work faster in light than they do in total darkness. Kind of makes sense. And I do also remember that the leader has abilities. So does the moral advisor. But I believe all of these can only be used on our cultists, basically. But the leader has a work drive ability, which increases how hard somebody will work for a few days. So once they are done cooking that meal, I'm going to see if I can use it on this person to get them to write this book faster. So they're going to come in here. They're going to have a little chat with this guy. And now they have a work drive. So a sense of being called upon by a leader to work harder. The global work speed is plus 50%. So now they should be working on this a little bit faster. Another thing I should build is a passive cooler to make the temperature in the room a little bit more comfortable, which is, again, something that affects how fast somebody will work on stuff. So, like, at the moment, the work speed here is only 70% because it's in a bad temperature. So as soon as this gets built, and get a few moments to equalize the temperature, we no longer have that 30% penalty. So now we are working 80% faster than what we were, or maybe even faster, than maybe double speed, because now there's light. I don't know how much of that affects it off the top of my head. So now we should get this done much faster and can speed things up again. Looks like we're planting some more rice. And we have finished complex furniture. Okay, so last time I was looking at the research screen, I was wondering why something was going wrong. I had thought, so I have a mod that allows us to advance our technology level every time we have enough technology researched. So once you have 50% of a level of research on this main category, you become of that level of technology. So all these red ones are Neolithic. Once we had half of them complete, we were considered Neolithic. But we started with a bunch of them, so we were that way to begin with anyway. I was thinking that once we had half of it complete, we would be able to research this next level at a faster rate. But no, what it is once I research half of these yellow ones, I will become medieval. So everything was working fine last time. I was just having troubles getting it through my brain that things were how they were supposed to be. So I feel that, and this is a self-restriction, I am going to only research things unless maybe one or two are just that good to research that far ahead, which some of these are, like electricity, but that's going to be a while. I will only research things of the category, one category above what I am at most. So since I'm Neolithic, I'm going to restrict myself to Neolithic and medieval technology. Once we are medieval, I will then allow myself to research industrial is next. Okay. So yeah. So that is a self-restriction. Uh, Technically, I could just, you know, skip ahead, research smithing, electricity, circuitry, go all the way to microelectronics, the multi-analyzer all the way over here, and just do that. Just beeline it for some of the better technology. I don't want to do that. That's not as fun to me. So for the moment, I'm going to restrict myself to these yellow ones. Maybe some of these red ones if we need it, like chocolate and beer might not be a bad thing. Get things to sell to other merchants that come by. However, getting some interesting meals might not be a bad thing. What else could we do? Okay, let me check here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. There's 14 of these technologies. I need to research 7 of them to advance. Great bow probably would be good. Complex clothing might be good. Smithing would be good to be able to make some weapons. I think I'll start off with a great bow. So this over here is obviously a really good weapon. It is a carbine that is made by the Curan race. It does 12 damage per shot. It has a burst of 6 shots and has a range of 26 squares. Very accurate up close, not so accurate at medium and long range, and it doesn't take that much time to fire. I'm not going to use it because I feel as tribal characters we wouldn't know how to use it. So I'm going to try to restrict myself in the equipment that I use as well as my technology. So with a few exceptions, like obviously the clothing that my character started with are a bit more advanced. I didn't want to start them off completely naked, and just because they are a modded race, some of their technology doesn't actually come into play that early. So, like if I go to the Ratkin, like they do have like a good portion of their technology is medieval. So I could start learning how to make Ratkin clothing. Oh. Alright, new lovers. Yoko and Nezu now want to sleep together. Consider assigning them a double bed. So they're getting along pretty well. I'm not going to worry about getting a double bed, like, at least not yet. So, something, I think I mentioned this last time, like, as long as they're in the same room, I've added a mod that will make it seem like they're in the same bed. Oh, what's going on over here? Uh-oh, we have a couple of the merchants have insulted each other. What's going on? This person viciously insulted the other person's parents. This drove them into a rage, and she began a fight. So now they're gonna fight each other until one of them gives up. Luckily, I've already traded with them, so I don't have to worry about getting into too much trouble. That, and they didn't do too much damage, just cracks and bruises. Alright, can speed things up a little bit again. Another thing I would like to do is eventually have a larger base. Like right now, we're just dealing with the basics. We have, like I said, a couple of rooms for the people. We have a storage room. We have a prison. Um, I have added a few planning mods so I can just, you know, take things like this. I can kind of design how I want things to be for later. Oh, the traders are leaving, and they have left us a gift. What is this? A small paint tray. What does this do? Alright, so general labor speed plus 30%. Daily dodge chance. Why does it give a bonus to dodge? And speed. Interesting. Might have this person equip it if it gives them faster work speed. Because again, we want to get this book done. So we're at 2481. The book started at about 5,000-ish or something like that. So it is going to take a while. Oh, what has just happened down here? Okay. Looks like they have taken care of the bugs for me as they were leaving. So this one's just dead. These two are bleeding out in a little bit. In that case, looks like I can come down here and pick all this stuff up. Allow the corpse as well. And as soon as this person gets out of their daze, we will help them feel a little better, I guess. Alright, we're already hauling things over for chopping up because we are okay with bug meat. Just prefer humanoid meat. As far as our pets go, we can try to start training them up a little more. Oh, he just picked up everything. Okay. That'll make it a little easier. Oh, and I also wanted to make some storage. Let me unpause this. Sorry. I'm going to pause and pause a lot. Usually when I'm not paying attention to whatever's going on, it might be paused because, you know, I don't want the game running at full speed when my attention is elsewhere. So for the time being, I think we're going to build some shelves. I don't like the shelves all that much, but they're better than nothing. So we're going to just build a couple of those in here. Guess like this. That's going to use up a lot of wood. How much was this each? 60? Gonna need to chop some more trees down. Oops. Go. Just chop those down. Still wandering around in a daze. And tattered apparel is what Fur is wearing. So, one of the things that everyone has decided to help me decide for my ideology is we're kind of like, we are tribals, of course. We're a cult. We moved away from the other cannibals. That's why we were attacked by them. I think this person is actually one of them. No, this is Revia. We were attacked by cannibals earlier as well. but we have kind of set ourselves apart from the rest of them. We're a little bit higher class, or at least we view ourselves as a little higher class. So, like if go and look at this, we're cannibal ritualists, but we're also somewhat supremacist. We kind of see ourselves as better than the others. So we're also going to hold ourselves to a little bit higher standard than normal. So we are not going to like it when our clothes get tattered, things like that. Even though we're okay with wearing things from dead people, just because we don't really care so much where it comes from, unless it's rotten. Then we're gonna care, I think. So we will be okay with wearing clothes as long as it's not from a rotten corpse. That being said, I don't see that really affecting too much for the most part. Alright, everyone is researching at the moment. Why aren't you guys doing other things? Like, you should doing research last. Oh. I have... Nope, he is set to writing his higher priority than research. Alright, maybe Kazu's building some shelves. This will give us a little bit more room. So, what shelves do is they allow 3 items per tile to be stacked on it. And I can actually allow certain things on each of them. So I don't want food on them. And these baskets up here are pretty much going to be carrying the food. They're random, but I fired up the old laptop anyways. I know you like big brain games. Wanted to let you know about Animal Well. Assuming you do not know already. I do not know about it, but I will write it down and have a look at it. Thank you for the suggestion. And give me just one moment. It's holy bananas, Batman. Okay, I will give a look at it later tonight. Again, thank you for the recommendation. I tried to take a look at any games that have been recommended to me. It is, in fact, how I've found some of my favorite games. So, yeah, thank you. All right. You're still in a daze, Fern? Okay, well, this can be deconstructed. What does this do? Global learning factor plus 50%. Anomaly, clearly, but RPG survival type? I'm kind of, yeah. So it's a bit of a sandbox game. So you start off with, depending on how you want to start off. So you can start off with between like 1 and 5 characters. Right now, these top left 3 are my characters. These 3 on the top right are visitors that I'm helping along. So I started off with 3 characters, and you get a map. This is a bit of a zoomed out area of the map. You can't really see too much from this perspective, but basically you build yourself a home, a base or whatever. It's a bit of survival. Every once in a while, a storyteller, or they're kind of like dungeon masters if you're familiar with D&D, will say, hey, this thing is happening, deal with it. And so like raiders will show up, or a meteor shower will come along, or giant insects will burrow up from the ground and try to attack you, that sort of thing. Um, and the objective of the game is to find a way off the planet. Now, I have only had this colony for 17 in game days, which is just over one quadrum, which is a quarter of a year. Each quadrum is 15 days, um, and just work through the years as you go. So many nights rolling dice around the table. You are familiar. Awesome. Um, and it is a variable technology game. So right now I have started as a Neolithic tribe. We have a lot of, the tribal stuff that you would see. So we know how to make bows, know how to make traps. We can plant trees. We can, as this allows us to plant medicinal herbs of varying sorts. Haven't researched how to brew beer yet or how to plant cocoa trees, but we are slowly learning how to make great bows at the moment. These are all medieval technologies in the yellow. Green is industrial technology, and it just works its way through the ages, kind of civilization-esque. Um, Here you have your spacer technology, and then um, ultra technology, and then depending on the mods, there's also archotech technology after spacer or after ultra. Sorry. And then just because I've added so many mods, we have all these additional things that we can research. So uh, it's going to be a long game, but because of all the mods I've added, it can be a bit unstable sometimes. So, if one day one of the uh, modders have updated one of the mods I'm running, it could break something, could see glitches. In between last session and this session, I actually saw one where one of the mods I had installed was updated, and all the new pawns that would show up on the map were invisible. Like, I could see their name, but it wouldn't show the graphic. And I was trying to figure out how to fix it or anything like that. But then a day or two later, the mod got updated again, and everything worked fine. So I was a bit worried I was going to have to start over. Been away from 2D for too long. The first Pokemon Game Boy game comes to mind. Um, I do enjoy my 2D games as much as 3D games. Haven't played as much of the early Pokemon as a lot of people. I've played uh, the first ones, Red and Blue, and that might be it for the early ones. And then I came back again to play uh, pretty much most of them for the Switch. So a lot of the most recent ones, and I enjoy Pokemon a lot too. But those the newer ones are 3D and not so much 2D. Um, but like games like this, I've always had fun with it. What I like so much about this game is there is so much that you can do with it. Like, as I mentioned, uh, the first day I was streaming, a couple people in chat were helping me decide on an ideology. Well, this is what we ended up with. I don't know if you were here for when I was going over it a little bit, but we are a supremacist cannibal ritualist colony. We like eating humanoid food. We uh, have corruption as an essential belief. Um, ended up as a raider from the Fallout series. Yeah, kinda. And just a lot of these things, um, we kind of came up with as we went. Like, a lot of these things can be changed, depending on how you want your colony to be. Um, and so there's a lot of things that you can change, but at the same time, that's probably because there are um, for DLC at this point. I think it's a royalty, anomaly, ideology, and something else. I forget what the fourth one is. Horrible blindness is an option. Yes. Well, so okay. If I go back to this, um, this is more of how we view being blinded. So, like intentionally blinding. So we view it as horrible. Um, there is a few ideologies that view this as a good thing, like scarification and such like that. So they view it as good. Um, so scarification down here also we view as horrible. This is mainly how we view things. If I were to go to one of these other ones, like here's another tribal one down here. These are proselytizer, holy disease bulwark. So they feel that having an illness, being sick, is wanted, and they will get a plus 20 mood buff if they are sick. I thought you could select horrible blindness to get somewhat Sierra Oracle type buff. I mean, you can with the correct ideology. So I don't think that there are any at the moment, which was kind of what I was looking for just by the names of things. But you can have like a blind seer type thing. They with the right rituals, you can do that sort of thing. Maybe you have to have volcanic fumes like the lane open. In game, of course. Well, I mean, okay, so Rimworld has a lot of things in it. It has smoke leaf, it does address a lot of drug things as well. So like smoke leaf is in the game. I forget what they're called. Let me go back to the, like, where is it? Drug making is somewhere. Drug production. So this allows you to make things like psychite, which is used for flake and yayo and some of these modded stuff. So game names for different like real or made up drugs. So wake up, that's another one. But drug production is also used for medicine. So, you take your herbal medicine, you take some neutroamine, I think is what it's called, some cloth, put it all together, and you have yourself a more advanced medical kit. That sort of thing. But again, because we're tribal, we don't know how to do that. So right now, we are just going to have to deal with things at our own technology. And this person has gone in a food binge. Uh-oh. Hold on. Where are you going? Alright, They're wandering at the moment. I was worried that they were going down here, which they probably did when I wasn't paying attention. But luckily it was nighttime. They probably got away with stealing some insect jelly. Alright, I need to pay attention to when they finally are no longer having a food binge so that they can take care of their withdrawal. Or so I can tell them to take care of it. Otherwise, we could have had an accident. Oh, allowed 7 things. I didn't want to do that. Do not allow this stuff. And the reason why I don't want them to come get this stuff is because they will get too close to these insects and cause problems. For a little bit, we did have this little group of insects that helped protect us a little bit. A lot of the raiders came in, they saw the bugs, went to attack them, and got taken care of. But now we don't have them anymore. We're going to have to worry about some defenses, which is on the list of things to do. So over here in security, we can build a bunch of basic traps and put down some sandbags as well. I think I'm going to start off with this. Just putting those there. This will give us a little bit of a place to hide behind, have some cover, use our bow and arrows to shoot at anyone that's going to be coming up through this little area. Because it seems like, for the most part, everyone is going to come in the map on this edge down here, and they tend to go through this cave and up this way. Occasionally, they might come in from over here, but I guess I will have to deal with that when it happens. But for the moment, we'll just put up some quick sandbags. Go from there. Alright, you are still that. What are you doing? You are eating. Okay, that's fine. No, I don't want you to research. I want you to write. Finished up with a book. There's 1100 to go. Oh, and I suppose if he's going to be doing that, I want myself a bookcase. How much bone do we have? 92? Oh, this doesn't take much at all. I'll build a bookcase out of bones. So, one of the mods I've added allows for bones to be harvested from living things. A lot of different things that you can normally craft out of wood can be crafted out of bone. So, if given the choice, as a cannibal cult, I will try to make things out of bone before making things out of wood. At least for furniture type things. Walls and stuff, I'll decide on as I go. That being said, of course, I can make bone walls. They're just not very durable. Like, they have 300 health. Oh. Yeah, I'll scratch that. They're very durable compared to wood. I don't know why. Like 50% better. Maybe I should be building out of bones instead of wood. But then I only have 100 bones, so. Let's see. We have some insect meat, we have rice and corn. So this is a bit of a problem for us. Right now, we can only make simple meals out of what we have. And since we're cannibals, we're unhappy when we don't get to eat humanoid meat. So this is going to be around for a while. Uh, a little bit of a negative, but at the same time, we have to make sure that we don't feed our cannibal meals to visitors. Otherwise, they're gonna get unhappy. Like this guy. This guy apparently ate one of our meals and now has a negative 20 because he ate a meal that was made with alien meat and wasn't happy about that. But it hasn't dropped his mood too far down because he has very low expectations. So he's unhappy, but not as bad as it could be. And as long as he finishes this book in another 440 work, I won't be too worried about it. Question is, do I betray them? Because I was offered a reward for taking care of these guys. So, some of the things that could happen. So, sometimes when people ask for help, they come to your home. You take care of them for a bit. Once the time is up, they leave, and medical treatment. It's medical. Remember how I said I was worried about this person? Ah. All right. So they're in trouble. They've decided that since they were on a food binge, they were going to go get this insect jelly, which is exactly what I was worried about. The insect said, hey, that's ours. Can't have it. And attacked. Now they are slowly bleeding out. Death in 4 hours. However, they are also an immortal. So they do have faster healing. So they might be able to recover from this. I wish they weren't going that way, because while they are crawling over to this corner, that is not a safe place to be. Hopefully, they will change their minds. So now you can see death in 5 hours. So they are recovering. But they are just crawling further into the cave. And now they're standing up. And so now they've been knocked back down. Nope, they're still... Why are they going up here? So, one thing that happens is when you get into combat, you're automatically forced into basic speed. So, this is as fast as it will go when combat is happening. However, since this could end badly, you know what? Let me just draft up one of my colonists and send them down this way. Like, this is a bed that I've claimed. This person should be trying to go here. Luckily, though, they are now trying to crawl out of the cave. Oh, what are you doing? Clean dirt? Hold on. No, don't clean dirt, but since you are here, I'm gonna let go, and you are going to come over here and wait. As soon as fur over here gets far enough away, I'm going to try to rescue them. Again, it seems like they are recovering fast enough. Oops, there we go. And now they've stood back up. Shouldn't take too much longer. There they go. They're back down again. That's why I'm not going in there right away. Also, don't fire a will. I don't want to anger the bugs any more than... Alright, so all the bugs are over there. I might be able to come over here and rescue them. Get away. This one... Nope, this one's just wandering. Okay. Alright. Rescued this person. We're now heading back. Gonna drop them off in their bed. And we'll get them tended to. I did notice that while all that was happening, this guy has finished the book. Doesn't look like it's here. So let's set that to critical. We probably put it on the shelf in here somewhere. No? What'd you do with the book? Oh, there it is. Right on the ground. So, what this is it's a masterwork book, which is awesome. He did a very good job. This provides practical insights about experimentation, cutting, that when this guy wrote it, is cutting edge in the field, so pretty good at the moment, I guess. What it does is when somebody reads it, they get recreation from it, but they also get 438 intellectual experience per hour up to level 14 intellect. So I guess your current intellect does have an effect on how good the book can be. So any of my colonists, or anyone, I guess, who reads the book, will get a lot of experience per hour up to a level 14 in intellectual, which is pretty good, I think. And then also, while it's on the bookshelf, it will give a reading bonus to people reading things in this room, and it will also provide a research bonus if I were to research in the area. What are we doing with that? Are putting it on the shelf. Okay, cool. So, there you go. One book on the shelf can hold up to 5. Vermilion is not the medical emergency I thought was about to happen. Don't really care about them. They are a prisoner. And soon to be food. Alright, so now we're back at the colony with fur. They are still bleeding out. This person can undraft. And should be going over to tend them in a moment as soon as you're done eating. Take care of these injuries. Again, they are an immortal, so they will heal over time. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're actually reading the book. Okay, so here you can see that the intellectual experience is increasing at a very good rate. So if you compare that to this person who's actually doing research, it is much faster. And then Nezu's over here, tending to all the bleeding wounds. Mainly this is just for practice, because it isn't really going to help anything. However, I want to see So these are all the different things that we can do for an operation. We can surgically inspect them. We can remove body parts. Can give simple wooden prosthetics because we're not very advanced at the moment. We can harvest things. Probably not a good idea. Fur has gotten an infection in the right arm. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to administer smoke leaf because that is what they need. And I believe that they're not going to tend to the infection until everything else is healed. So, I'm going to use a little, well, I guess at this point, I should decide, do I want to help them out, let them leave, and send me some reward in the future? Or do I betray them and accept the other reward? Like, the other reward, again, is 34 Crimson Serum. I can't actually click on that to see what it is. But, oh, you know what? I bet I could do is it's probably something that could be stored. Crimson Serum. What is this? Polluted deep blue extracted from red boil blood. Modifies the subject body, increasing their metabolism. Addiction chances very low, but it's okay. So it is a drug. So I do not want that. I think I'm going to assume that these folk have been here most of the duration already. They depart in 6 days. They've been here for 8. I think if they would have, or if they were going to betray me, they would have by now. So I am going to allow some good medicine to be used on fur. So now Nezu should be going to get some good medicine. And this should be tended a lot quicker and better. I'm okay with using good medicine when it's needed. So this time, as you can see, just one use of industrial quality medicine tended everything except for the infection. So that is why better medicine is really good. The second dose is to tend the infection itself. So now, that was a tend quality of 83%. Now the immunity should progress faster than the infection itself. So now we can go back to normal tending and let that, and probably not have to worry about that. In the meantime, looks like Nezu's coming over with some more food. And it says it's a medical operation. We're going to be giving them some smoke leaf so that they don't get this -20. All right, they're no longer incapable of walking. Apparently, we've decided, all right, since you can get up on your own, I'm not going to feed you anymore. You can go feed yourself. And the red Z that happens every once in a while is someone coming in and disturbing their sleep. So it adds a little bit of a negative every time somebody's sleep is disturbed. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, we shouldn't have any more problems. So we'll speed things back up again. You know what? They're gonna be here for another 6 days. Maybe I should have this guy who still has 16 hours of a work drive. Maybe I should have them write another book. So we'll set that to go and see if he can finish another one before they leave. If not, eventually I can probably finish it up once somebody is a high enough intellectual. So we may have it for a while. Now, what else do I need? Like, I need a lot of things. Again, I'm going to start investigating this thing, this fallen monolith, once these visitors are gone. That might... I'm coming back to whether or not I should betray them again. The benefits, of course, are instant rewards. Get the rewards for betrayal. You get 3 bodies for food. We have a 4th one on the way as well, because they're not doing so good. But I don't know. I'd like to see what I get from them. So I think I am going to leave them alone. And hopefully they don't betray me. Because they still could. They haven't, but they still could. And there goes Vermilion. Alright, you just ate Rockhorn. Are we... We are out of food. We're not out of wood. Oh, it's because we're all asleep. You guys just ate everything while we were asleep. There we go. Soon as... You know what? I'm just gonna wake this person up. They can start getting food cooked up again, so that everyone stops eating the raw food. Because the thing about the raw food is they don't like eating raw food, and you eat more of the food raw than you would eat if I used it to prepare a meal. So, I believe it takes 10 food to prepare a meal. Uh-oh. What just happened here? So we were just gathering for a marriage. All that disappeared. Hold on. Nope, that doesn't tell me. So it looks like we were gathering for a marriage. One of these 2 people insulted the other. Looks like 0.3 hours ago, 2 seconds ago. Okay, so it seems like Nico belittled Lissa's brain power. This drove Lissa into a rage. She began a fight. And so now these 2 are fighting. They're gonna duke it out. The marriage has been cancelled because of the fight. And now these 2 walk away with injuries. Most of them are cracks and bruises, but apparently they did bite Nico in the leg. But then again, Nico fought back much better and bit them twice in the leg. So now they're both injured. And now the ceremony has been cancelled. Nico's gonna go lie in bed for a bit. As soon as somebody wakes up, or as soon as Yoko's done researching, somebody should take care of those injuries pretty quickly. But Also, Lissa chose the wrong person to start a fight with, because Nico is our combat specialist. They have a 13 out of 20 in melee, they have a 17 shooting, and again, that's compared to like a 4 and a 5 that the other characters have. Don't need it to be medicine this time. It's just a social fight. Nothing too bad. I've already taken care of the worst of it though, so. Another thing medicine helps with is prevent infections. So, the better quality of medicine you use, the more likely that something is not going to be infected. But that also stopped us from cooking a meal. So, now everyone's eating raw food. Alright, so that's all taken care of. Back to full speed. Furs reached level 3 intellectual, because they're doing research. What are we researching again? Ah yes, the Great Bow. So we're slowly working our way through medieval technology. Once I have half of these researched, I will go on to some of these other ones and maybe do some of this. I'm gonna avoid the Kiro stuff because it seems a little unbalanced, a little buggy. So I'll probably research some of this stuff. These are some of my favorites. Like the tiled roof walls are nice to look at. Tatami floor is a good thing to put down for decorations. And then they also have things like no plant wasted and benefits for shearing animals and such. Turn the feed wood to the fire again. And how many days left? 5 days? Oh, you know what? Missing 100 cloth. Where did all our cloth go? Huh. I thought we had over 100. Maybe not. Well, this stuff is 90% grown. Oh well. What's going on now? Someone's unhappy. Okay, stop that. You are hungry and in intense pain. Well, maybe you shouldn't have started the fight. They didn't start the fight, but maybe they shouldn't have been in the fight. You ate alien meat again. In fact, you ate insect meat. You saw a corpse. So, as you can see, the colonists the visitors aren't doing great. One of the things I do like, though, about I had mentioned before that the Kurin were one of those mod packs that have a lot of detail put into them. One of the things I like is when they're unhappy, their ears actually droop down. So you can see, like Yoko over here, their ears are upright and perky, while the visitor here, they're in a bad mood. Their ears have kind of laid down a bit. They're not so happy about what's going on at the moment. Alright, next thing I should probably get is clothing. Some of these, of course, require less to research, like the 750s, but I'm gonna have to get quite a few of these anyway. So I might do clothing, the 2 apparels for 600, maybe smithing and long blades. Might easiest thing to do. one's eating all the corn. Why can't... Missing raw food. Oh! I think I suspended the wrong one. This one allows vegetables to be cooked. The other one was just meat. Maybe I did that on purpose for something last session. I don't remember. But, okay, that would explain why we have no meals anymore. Why everyone is being unhappy. Alright, we're moving along at a decent rate. We've got our defenses set up. Again, it's not much, but it's better than nothing. Bedrooms are good. Still want a ritual room, though. Or I would like a ritual room. Just somewhere to, maybe, not be out in the open. I think it's, like, okay, so before, when I did this, room impressiveness is 0, is because it isn't a room. I want to have a room so we can make it impressive and get a benefit out of it. Because most of the benefit we're getting right now is from the participants, since we have 6 people. Which is probably something I should do soonish, just so we can get the most benefit out of it. So, don't really know how big of a room I need. So this would be like 8 by 8. Should probably put a door in it and square it out by probably mining up. Yeah, safe to mine up those. Mine that out. Get those things hauled. Get a room built, and we'll move this into the room and start making it a little better. And we can make it better by adding decorations and things like that. And of course, once we have the walls built, if we don't botch the construction too much, put the roof on, and we're gonna need more wood. So let's chop a few more trees, get some of these chopped down as well, and we'll put down a wooden floor. That'll make things a little better in here. Now granted, they're probably going to try to build the floor first. Oh, no. We have this guy out here cutting down the trees for us. I guess I told him that it was okay to help us with plants. Oh, got better at construction. Ah, I see. Digging at the wall. I was wondering why they stopped for a second. So we'll dig this up. This can be hauled out because we don't want giant rocks in the middle of our room here. And eventually somebody will start working on cutting down the other trees. Ah, but you're also cooking food for the colony. I suppose that would take a little bit of a priority. Also, we have a bunch of iron, and we do. Oh, you're going on a food binge. All right, well, I suppose they're gonna try to go get this jelly. Maybe this time I'll notice it. But maybe not. They have gotten food poisoning. Wonderful. Going strong on that average. Thank you for being here for it. Oh, where are you right now? Okay, you're just grabbing more meals. Which is not great. Because I think they're going to be eating every single one that we cook up. Although the harvest is just coming in, so we're getting more food. That's just fine. They are making me really think about betraying them, though. Because, you know, to make up for the food that he's eating, should turn them into food. Oh, we have a group of travelers passing by. So just a couple of people passing through. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. They're not here. Excuse me. They're not here for trading or anything like that, so it shouldn't bother us. Oh, and he's done with his food binge. Wonderful. That could have gone a lot worse. So now what's going on? Got another quest. Wandering Kiro survivors. So, 5 desperate Kiros are approaching. Their leader is called Wooly. They claim to have lost their home in a recent attack. They beg you for permission to stay at home for 17 days so they can rest and regroup. So it sounds a lot like the 3 that we're currently taking care of. Except this is 5. In return, they offer to work and fight for free during that time. Some of them may join you. They may also reward you later for helping them. But there's no way to know their true intentions. I am going to dismiss that one because right now we're barely able to keep up with 3 that we are currently hosting. And as I mentioned before, these guys are a little buggy sometimes, so I don't want to I don't want to deal with that if it happens. Or I should say I'm trying to prevent it from happening by not interacting with them unless I have to. Which is unfortunate because in my testing, they're the ones that show up the most. I had thought that distance from my colony would affect who shows up, but like they're over here. Excuse me, hiccups. And I know like these ratkin haven't really shown up yet. These guys haven't shown up. I think the Revia have once. And then the Rabby haven't shown up, but they're hostile to me at the moment, so I'll have to deal with them at some point. Oh, we do have enough cloth now. So how many days are they still here for? 3.8. You know what? Might as well. Give it a try. They're not very happy at the moment. Oh, because they got food poisoning. And they they ate too much. So now they're eating very slowly at the moment. I can't tell. Oh, he can't walk? Oh, right, because it was food poisoning. He's laying there sick in bed. All right. But he is having a catharsis, so I don't need to worry about his mood anytime soon. I can't make him work faster for another 5 days, which will be after he's gone. But it looks like we are harvesting and planting. No longer incapable of walking. No, I want you to prioritize working on another book. No longer inspired for taming. What is your inspiration? Inspired trade. So if we get somebody that wants to trade in the next 20 hours, Nezu would get a bonus. It looks like we're out of wood, though. So we're gonna have to... Why aren't you guys chopping down these trees? And Nico has formed a bond with one of the animals. There we are. So now they'll get a little bit of a mood buff whenever the animal is around. Which is nice. Oh, right. That's why we're out of wood. I'm building a floor. Kind of forgot that. What's going on? Fur is withdrawal again? Do we not have... No. Apparently they've used it all up already. Well, nothing I can do about that anymore. Alright, but now we have a floor down, so now I can put the ritual spot over here. Don't need that one. This we can install in here. And then we can start decorating the place. So things that we probably want. Smoke leaf bench. Did have one. So we have two right there. Well, that's their own fault. I mean, no, it might have been my fault because it's on my shelf. They might not have been allowed to use it, but it didn't come up in the search. And almost everyone's asleep at the moment, so I'm gonna speed things up. This person's not asleep, but they're working on a book, so it's not like they're really doing anything at the moment. Why are you sleeping over here? Oh. Is this person sitting in your bed? Is that what the problem is? That might be what's going on. Oh well. Detective farming work area nearby contains cherries. So this is something that we could do. We could send somebody out to raid this work site, take care of 2 people, and come back with up to 300 cherries for food. If it was like meat or something, I'd probably do it. But vegetables do not really matter. I'm growing plenty as it is. And before you ask, yes, everything that is not meat is a vegetable in this game. So, like if we go over here, meat is of course everything that is meat. Vegetables. Oh, I suppose there's also animal products, so eggs, gelatin, insect jelly, things like that. Milk is a separate category. But like agave fruit is right there in the name, but it's still a vegetable. So cherries, corn, crab apples, potatoes. I know that potatoes are a starch. Fungus, of course, are mushrooms. All of this is considered vegetable in Rimworld. So, before you start correcting me when I say that cherries are a vegetable, that's why. Okay, we needed wood for something. What was it? Was it something here? Is it an altar? No. Oh, I was going to make some of these out of human leather. So, do something like that. I don't know how many we can make because I didn't get how much we had. But it's at least enough for 3. No, not quite enough for 3. We're too short. No longer inspired for trading. Okay, well, no merchant showed up. That's too bad. So, you know what? We're not going to worry about timing. Let's see if we can get one of these going. So now that we're in a room, we are getting a little bit of a bonus for impressiveness. So let's go ahead and begin one of these. Fur can't join because they're being grumpy. I'll just do this. It is our cult. Have no problems with things. These other 2 have been invited to join, but they're not really going to get anything from it. They're just here to make it a little bit better. And then, there we go. Oh, didn't do so well. So, we had a pretty good chance that it was going to be good, but not enough of one. Maybe if I had just waited a few more seconds, it could have joined us and given us that 5% extra chance that it could have been good. Oh well. Alright, what else do we need to do? I keep getting distracted by a bunch of things. Whether it's things going on in the game, or just, you know, coming up with other things that need to be done, that sort of thing. Right, so I know that I want to eventually make tatami floors. So, let me get a decent field over here started. We'll start growing some hay grass, which we will use for making the floors, but also for feeding the animals. Ah, here comes a trader. Unfortunately, it's not a very good one. So this is a royal tribute collector. So these people are from the Shattered Empire. Um, they will accept any prisoners and gold you offer as tribute. The one who gives over the tribute will receive honor for fulfilling the tradition and supporting the upper houses. Unfortunately, I don't want to deal with honor at the moment. That basically makes it. There's benefits and penalties associated with it. The benefits are that you get in good graces with the royal faction. The penalties, of course, are that you see yourself as royalty and no longer want to do certain types of work. And with only 3 colonists, I need all the people that can do work as I possibly can. That being said, we're not just going to accept anyone into our colony. We're going to be a little bit picky and choosy about who gets to join. And that's going to be on a situational basis. So, like most of these people that are currently here would not want them to join us. Mainly because of the smoke leaf dependence, or not great skills. I mean, this person we would consider because they're high in social, high in intellectual, but the traits might cause problems. So, even if somebody offers to join, it might be temporary. We'll see as we go. As I've mentioned before, my goal is to have between 4 and 5, maybe 6, if everyone's good enough. But we will see. These guys are here for the moment. We have no problems with them, but these are also technologically advanced, so they have like good weapons, like a charge rifle. They have gun links, which make them shoot better, recon armor, which prevents a lot of damage, and then of course they all have death acidifiers, so when they die, all their equipment gets melted away so that you can't use it. This guy here has a plasma sword, so does a lot of damage. It's basically equivalent to a lightsaber, but it's not called that. Alright, what are you doing at the moment? Researching? No, to be... Alright, you no longer get to research at all. Need to finish this book before you leave, which is in 1.7 days. I don't know if they're going to be able to finish it in that amount of time. But it is going down at a decent rate, so we'll see. Alright, move that since I'm not going to be dealing with them. Actually, I can dismiss them. I could send them away, but if something attacks me right now, I could use them as defenders. So I'm going to let them sit around the colony for a bit. Because, if they can take the brunt of any invaders, I would certainly prefer that. And then in about 2 days' time, we're going to inspect this monolith, finally. I suppose I could do some other things while I'm waiting. So, structures, I think. Yeah. Columns are good to look at. We have some ebony that is just sitting around doing nothing. So I'm going to put a couple of these in here for decoration. Some drapes. Use wood and a lot of cloth. Oh, these are just like a divider. That's not what I want. I thought they might just be like wall decorations or something. Floors. Can I do something like this? That would cost granite or some kind of rock. I haven't actually set up stone cutting. I should have. Oh, but we have two large sandstone steles right over here. So let's deconstruct these. These will give us some sandstone bricks. There we are. Research complex clothing. Let's go for smithing next. That's going to be something I have to do for some of these advanced things. So eventually one of our people should go is... Oh, right. You're constructing pillars. Now you should be heading out here, along with Yoko, to deconstruct these two steles. How much stone do I get from each of these? That's what I'm wondering. Because I might be able to build something out of them. 63. So this one will probably also give me 63. And the caravan is finally leaving. Oh, I was looking away at the moment. Didn't see how much that was bringing in. But now that we have it in storage, yeah, we have over 100. So we should be able to make an eldritch slab. So this is a bit of decoration that we can put down, and we'll make it a little bit better. Oh, hold on. Let's flip it around like that. There we go. And that should be a really good decoration. It should make our next ritual that much better. Go still make a bunch of food. How's the book going? 25. And guys leaving 1.3. Might be able to get it done in that amount of time. I don't know. Because they're going to want to sleep for some of that time as well. These giant wheels we're actually going to deconstruct. They can probably give us some metal. And we don't really want them sitting around anyway. Nezu's in here working on the slab. Their construction is fairly good. It's almost to a 6. Is anyone's better? Not really. No, no one's is better. So they're the best constructor at the moment. And there we go. Now I have an eldritch slab for decoration. And I can do this to kind of see what is causing beauty and what isn't. The pillar, for some reason, is not good. Or the obelisk. Why is that not... I think it would... but something I'm noticing is this and this are not contributing to the beauty, so I want to get rid of that. But this thing in the middle is contributing 16 per tile, but like there's 0 over here, so it's averaging out the entire room. So it's a little bit better. Not much better, but a little bit. Oh, and I was going to plant some stuff down here, wasn't I? What do we got? Or what do we want? We want hay grass. And there's a quest. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff happening. Alright, so this person wants to stay at home for 11 days with one court ally. Must keep their mood above 40%. Again, I am not very good at keeping people happy, as you can already see. But in order to accept the quest, I need a free bedroom that satisfies their requirements. And I don't have that. So we are going to say no. They were offering a flat screen television as a reward. Don't have electricity, so we wouldn't be able to make use of it anyway. Alright, so most people are asleep. I'm going to just speed it up a little bit. Nezu's cooking. Other people are on. Oh, doing? Oh, you're planting. Okay. Other people are working on research. They're not providing very much. But, oh well. I don't think he's gonna get this book done in the 20 hours that they have. But you know what? Let's wake him up, see if he can. Tried to convert them. They weren't happy about it. No, work on that. Don't need to sleep until... Oh, I know what the problem is. I never changed this. So when it's during those times, they're automatically trying to sleep. Whether they need to or not. So let's do that. Uncertain if he's going to finish in time, though. And yeah, the work drive isn't going to be available for a while. Oh well, I tried. And that's not to say that it hasn't been successful yet. They are still, here for another, like 18 hours. But, really interested in this thing. I want to see what this is about. Because this is going to fit in with our ideology. Or I should say, the ideology is going to fit in with Anomaly. And there's a raid. Brevia from the Entrail Purgers have arrived nearby, approaching from multiple angles. They will prepare for a while, then attack. Prepare a defense, or attack them preemptively. Well, there's only one of them, so they can't really attack from multiple angles. Let's just have a look. There they are. They're not very strong. They're only a Soul Reaper of 2. So they still have penalties. They are very good at shooting in melee, though. They are nimble, so any traps would be unlikely to affect them. And they're incapable of quite a few things. Because they are an assassin, which has disabled quite a lot. But it's why they are so good at shooting in melee. I don't think I want them as a colonist, but I'll take their silver and gold. Alright, they're gonna just wander around here for a bit by the insects. Maybe even get distracted by them. It's likely that they might come up here and try to break the bed since I have claimed it, and get distracted by the insects in doing so. That is, of course, what has happened previously. That's why there's so much blood here. Well, a lot of this is first blood too, but, you know, saw that happen. In the meantime, though, we will continue on as normal. Either they will come up to attack us, or they will get attacked by the insects. Either way, we'll be able to take care of it. They are only wielding a melee weapon, so we will be able to shoot from cover. Alright, this is down to 15 and 10 hours, so... Hi, welcome! Just playing some Rimworld here. It's the new DLC, Anomaly, and it is highly modded, so I've got a lot of different races added. Oh, these guys are attacking. And they went straight for the bugs. Wonderful. So, these guys are in no danger, but this one is probably going to get taken care of. Oh. Alright, so they took care of the small one. They took care of one of the big ones, and then the other big one took care of them. Alright, so slowly the bugs are getting taken care of. Is this tribal? Yes, it is actually. I started out as a tribal start. I have some mods added that kind of affect research. So we are tribal. These three on the left are mine. These three on the right are people we're taking care of for the moment. And just because they are modded races, of course, they don't necessarily have tribal clothing that you would normally see. So I gave them all just the default clothing that their races came with. Some of it is, of course, a little bit better than it should be, but I'm not too worried because that'll be balanced out by the fact that the clothing is deteriorating as it goes by, as time goes by. So like, we're down to 85%, 88%. Eventually, you know, that will come into play as well. And like, this character's clothing is industrial level, so it'll be a while before I am able to make better stuff. Just because I'd like to, I have enacted a few restrictions upon myself. So since we are tribal, the only research I will do is Neolithic or medieval. I will only go after things that are one category above what my current technology is. I have added a mod that will allow us to increase our technology level as we go. So that will help with some of that. As far as our ideology goes, a few people in chat have helped make it, so you can kind of guess where that probably has led to. So we are supremacist ritualist cannibals. We like eating meat. We're okay with insect meat as well. We don't care of a lot of things, so like tainted apparel we're not worried about, but tattered apparel we do not like because we're supremacist. We have a little bit higher expectations than other people. So, and this is how the ideology kind of ended up being with the help of people in chat. We have a few festivals that we can do. Um, we have a couple of relics as well. Um, and eventually those will start popping up as we go. We have only been going for 24 days at the moment, so it's pretty new. Sorry, your net dropped for a second. Oh, no worries. Welcome back. And I will try to keep things balanced. So, like, somewhere up here is a weapon that we obtained. Let me see, carbine. Oh. I thought... Oh. Ah. So he did not get to finish his book. Their time is up. The refugees are leaving. Lissa thanks you for allowing her to stay at home for these 14 days. She's now moving on with her people. She says she won't forget what you've done. So they're now heading off to wherever they're going. This guy didn't have enough time to finish his book. Once one of us has a high enough intellect, we will try to finish it instead. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. However, before this quest is completed successfully, these 3 people have to successfully leave the map. So at the moment, these are the only difficulties. And, well, it's really just this one. But hopefully nothing decides to attack while they're on their way out. But as soon as they leave, we're going to be looking at this thing right here. The Fallen Monolith. I didn't want to activate this or investigate it, or whatever it's called, until these people had left, because I'm not sure what's going to happen. We do have a little bit of a ritual room over here that we can do our daily rituals to keep up our corruption. Fortunately, this is running low again. Shouldn't be too much of a problem unless people visit. I don't think. Like, the description said that it only makes us more influenced by other ideologies. Betrayal reward retracted. So Vetosius learned that one of the members of this covenant that we're taking care of is no longer at home, which is what I've named this place. They wanted all members of the covenant to die and has therefore retracted her offer. So we were given an offer to betray these people and receive a reward. And the reward wasn't all that great. So I decided not to. How hungry is this thing? Okay. They don't need food for a while. It's the only predator on the map at the moment. So they should be able to leave the map successfully. We'll wait for that to happen before continue on, though. Now that we don't have so many people, I don't need so many research places. And they're almost gone. Just a little further. There we go. Quest completed. Successfully completed the quest, Sad Travelers. So, in one of the days to come, they should be sending us a gift of some sort. Alright, so now the question is, who do we use to activate the Fallen Monolith? I am preferential to the leader of the colony being the one to activate it, but I could also see reasons for like the moral guide or, you know, the one person that doesn't have a role in the colony also activating it. Like, if something was to go bad, it'd be best for it to happen to Nico, because they're not one of the leaders, and they are our fighter specialist, I guess. The social leader, of course, or the moral leader, would be good because they're the one that's influencing people. But at the same time, the leader is the one that everyone's looking up to get things done. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and have Yoko here investigate this fallen monolith. There are a couple of dead bodies lying around it. Those were here when we got here. So that indicates that this probably could go bad. So you know what? We're gonna draft up these two. We're gonna set them right there. And then we're gonna have Yoko here. Actually, that's probably a bit close. Let's stand back here. Also, don't you have a ranged weapon? Don't. Equip this. I could equip the flame bow. I don't really like it because it's a little powerful. Like, the damage isn't much, but it does shoot 3 times, and it has the chance to set things on fire. And in a map like this, where trees and grass is everywhere, I don't really want that to happen. Alright. So, they've got a bow. They do currently have it equipped. We are going to investigate the fallen monolith, finally. So, what is this about? Obviously, it's the central focus of the DLC. So, oh. Some kind of thing going on there. The monolith's dark metallic surface is warm to the touch, and Yoko thinks she can hear a faint hum emanating from inside. The lines on its dusty surface seem to squirm in unsettling patterns. Yoko focuses on the shapes, trying to uncover their meaning. The hum strengthens. The shapes begin to flow in Yoko's vision, but the surface isn't changing. Power begins to uncoil the empty space all around. A black shape is forming in her mind. The anomaly is stirring. Alright, so I can either keep focusing, or I can walk away. Walking away would probably just leave it for another time. I'm going to go ahead and keep focusing. No. Getting something going on. Oh. There we go. Void monolith. And Yoko just walks away. Whatever. Alright, Void monolith. Level 1 intermittent psychic humming. Psychic humming. Required to increase level, must discover 5 more basic monolith entities. Knowledge category basic, ready to study. It is a monolith of unknown age, purpose, and construction. Smooth surfaces etched with lines that twist and writhe in unsettling patterns. Okay. Oh, what has happened? As the monolith twisted and changed, Yoko was overcome with a horrifying vision. In an instant, she understood. The monolith is a doorway, just barely cracked open now. Something dark, beyond imagination, stirs on the other side, seeping into our reality. Terrified but excited, Yoko is convinced she can learn more if given the time to study the monolith. Building category unlocked. Anomaly. Research tab unlocked. Anomaly. Entity Codex unlocked. You can now study the monolith and other entities to gain anomaly research. Note: you can adjust the percentage of major threats that will be anomaly related at any point during the storyteller settings. Okay, so I did see that when I was setting up the storyteller to begin with. I chose to leave it alone just at its basic settings, so we'll see what happens there. Let's view the codex. Okay, so this is the entity codex. Lists all unknown entities, all known entities which are related to the Dark Void. Discover new entities using the Void Provocation Psychic Ritual. Discovering new entities will reveal new research projects and allow you to advance the Void Monolith. And it looks like we have discovered two things already: the monolith itself and shamblers, which have appeared on the edge of the map at some point. They didn't really do too much. They just hobbled around at the edge and then fell over after a couple of hours. So I'm guessing just like zombies. We have other unknown things here. Under the basic category, we have advanced and ultimate. So a lot of advanced stuff. Not. It seems like there's a lot more in the advanced category than the basic. The basic sounds like it might be more of, here are the introductory things. This is what you should expect. Whereas the advanced kind of seems like the bread and butter of the game. So this is what we'll be dealing with the most. And then I'm guessing the ultimate ones are near the end of the game. Maybe some of the more difficult things to take care of, obviously because they're ultimate. But something else has happened here as well. A gray pall. A blanket of gritty fog is descended on the area. The fog smells ancient somehow, and it stings the skin. The unnatural grayness of it invokes a sense of dread. So, I guess that is what's going on. Gonna undraft them because it doesn't seem like anything dangerous is happening. Determines whether or not wardens will automatically study this. Forbidden things will never be studied. Let's turn it off for the moment. There's the codex. Attune. Send a colonist to attune the monolith. This will attract new and more dangerous entities. Disabled. Required to increase level, must discover 5 more basic entities. Okay, so this seems like it will advance us to the advanced category. So we have to discover, I guess, 5 of the 6 of these in order to advance. Not that I really want to at the moment. You know, I think I have enough as it is. And we also got the creepy music in the background. We did that. So, okay. The things may change. I do want to check one thing, since it did mention the storyteller settings. So in here, anomaly threats. So I think before I had activated it, we had an 8% chance of things happening. I think now there's almost a 1 in 3 chance of anomaly threats happening. So a lot more of these are going to be happening from here on out. I'm not sure if we can go back to an inactive state at this point, but that's kind of what we're dealing with. And then study efficiency apparently is 100%. So I just wanted to see what those rates were. So it seems like it is almost 4 times as active now. Did something just happen over here? I thought I saw something. Maybe it was this grass growing. I don't know. Harbinger tree sprout. Harbinger trees have sprouted nearby. These gnarled trees grow flesh-like coverings and can feed on corpses and raw meat placed nearby. If well fed, the grove will continue to grow. In a tribal myth, these trees are the emissaries of a shapeless god who rules an endless black ocean. The myth ends after the shapeless god reaches up from the water and tears down the sky. Interesting. Where are these? Right over here. So Harbinger tree will consume corpses and meat placed nearby. So I'm guessing if we place it within, looks like 3 squares. Oh, it is actually another entity from the Codex. All right. Grows flesh-like covering around a bioferrite skeleton. Harbinger trees are capable of feeding on corpses and raw meat and will consume those placed nearby. Continue to grow if fed. Can be harvested for twisted meat and bioferrite. Okay, cool. And it's, oh, here's another one. So we have 2 of them. Create corpse stockpile. Create a dumping stockpile zone around the Harbinger trees for corpses. Okay, can I adjust these? I can. Alright, we're going to allow rotten ones, since it seems like that's what it wants. Not mechanoid corpses, so apparently it cannot digest metal, which is good. Animal corpses, not those. Everything else is fine. Entity corpses, undiscovered. Okay, so entities can be placed here as well. And we'll allow the undead corpses to go here as well. The undead corpses are from a mod, the Profaned. So, if I go out to the map here, somewhere over here, all the way over here, we have the Profaned Legion. It's a bit of a medieval undead faction. I kind of thought it fit the setting, so I added it in. I have no idea what they're capable of. Okay. Looks like the area has definitely fallen under a gray pall. Making people unhappy. Smell is worse outside. Gray pall exposure, native sick. It feels like the world is sick and dying. Putrid air makes me want to vomit. Alright, interesting. Wanderer joins, Eddie. So these are one of those quests that I'm not too happy about. Because it's like, this person comes along. You have no idea if they're good or bad. They're just like, hey, I'm here. I want to join. I will not leave. But I can turn him down. But if I turn him down, then I get a mood penalty. It's kind of annoying, but the thing is you can't uh, see how good they are before making this decision. You have to accept or reject right now, or postpone for 24 hours, and then accept or reject. So, yeah, he is willing to contribute but will not leave voluntarily, claiming he has nowhere else to go. Um, I am going to accept because I have no idea what they're capable of. Once I find out, then I will decide what to do with him. So this is Eddie. He apparently is already part of the cult, which is good. You are not getting the best medicine I have. Just have some basic things. You have a machine pistol from somewhere. Okay, so your skills aren't great. You can't work with animals or plants. So much for that 5 in animals. Rock and stone is all about the stones, mining speed and mining yield. So you would be a good miner once your skill improves. You like spring. I believe spring is the best time of year. So during the spring, they will get a mood boost, probably do a few things better. And they're misogynist. They distrust women. Well, unfortunately, the colony is currently all women. So I don't think he's going to be lasting here very long. And he has no health problems. So for the moment, yeah, you know what? I'm going to wait for him to come up here, and then we're probably going to turn him into food. Okay, so what are we going to do with this now? I suppose I should toggle it for study. Is that what you're doing? No, you're hauling... Oh. Okay, you're hauling a corpse down to the corpse trees. I see. So apparently these, even though they're just skeletons, are being consumed by the trees. Wonderful. You know what? That means I no longer need this. So I no longer need to leave corpses out in the open to decay and whatnot. Want to play Among Us? I do want to play Among Us, but I would also like to try and get my affiliation. So, um, I'm gonna go for as long as I can, um, and then we'll see when I'm done. So, thank you for asking. Um, and I do definitely want to play Among Us with y'all again. I had forgotten about that today, so thank you. Um, we'll see how long this goes for. Uh, and then I also would need to download some stuff as well and get ready. So, it, good. Just wanted to check. Well, thank you for checking. I certainly appreciate it. Um, okay. What do we need to do now? So I've set them to study this. Uh, Not sure what. Oh, done. Wardens. Do I have anyone on wardening? Probably everyone. Yeah. Um. Oh, this guy though. We're gonna get you to drop that knife. don't wear the steel helmet. You know what? Just come over here into the prison for a moment. We need to have a talk. Oh, drop that weapon too. Thank you. Now, Eco is our combat specialist. And we're just going to arrest him. Excellent. You don't need all of that. I said you don't need that. You don't get that. No, none of that. And pick up those meals. Those aren't for him either. Alright, that was a little more annoying than it needed to be. Okay, that was him arriving. Need Anomaly project. Oh, okay. So this didn't have any options beforehand. This is quite a lot of research. Alright, so we can get Void Provocation, which was said to be what would bring other entities to us. So I probably want to do that. Bioferrite extraction. Extract bioferrite directly from captured entities. Use it to craft weapons and apparel at a crafting spot. Or bioferrite shaper. Or entity containment. Build holding platforms and inhibitors to better contain entities. That might be a good one to start with, but it seems like it requires circuitry, which is all the way over here. Lurkin? Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for showing up. I certainly appreciate it. Circuitry is all the way over here. We're probably not going to be getting to that for a while. Is there anything like Void Provocation? It's going to give us a ritual spot and a ritual, I guess. This will do us no good until we have entities, but I suppose we have these trees. Where are they? Right over here. Alright, they've already eaten those corpses. I guess there wasn't much to consume as it is. Growth rate 22%. They're currently resting. Okay, so now we don't really need the food at the moment. Like, since we're cannibals, we're more interested in humanoid meat than animal meat. But, well, no. I'm only going to feed the meat that I can't eat to those trees, at least for the moment. I was going to go out and hunt some things, but yeah, we're good. I will allow these things, though, to be put back on the shelves. And then we don't need to keep you around. Oh, wait, we don't need to just execute you. We can do a ritual, can't we? Yes. Yes, we can. Alter ideogram. Don't have either of those at the moment. Well, whatever. We're doing this. Gonna have some meat to add to our food. Give me Just a moment while this is going on. Alright, sorry, just needed to hydrate a little bit. And this guy is now food. There we go. But it was an awkward execution. -1 mood for 6 days. Oh well. Maybe a -1 because of the ritual, but we definitely get bonus mood for eating meals with humanoid. Oh, but we're just gonna let it sit out here for a bit. Everyone's gonna go to sleep, apparently. So we'll just fast forward through this since nothing's happening. And when somebody decides to wake up, we'll get back to doing things normally. So, one thing I want to do, or one of many things I want to do, is I want to expand the area. So right now we're just in a couple of little buildings cramped into the corner of this area. I would like to slow things down to normal speed while I'm doing this. So I have these planning mods. I have one that we can add, you know, little things like that to kind of plan things out. I also have another one that is a little bit easier to see and has multiple icons, so I can plan things like this and, you know, cover over what's going on. Either one works for me, I suppose. So I would like to get a bit, like, I don't want to just walk out here to the sandbags and defend it all the time. I'd like to have some sort of defenses eventually. And so I'd like to spend a little bit of time kind of planning out a little bit, like how much area do I need? Am I going to be digging into all of this rock? Or am I going to expand out into the open area? The problem with digging into the mountain is there are insects, as you have seen previously. There's still one over in the corner of the map there. And so we could come across more insects. We could have insects burrow in on us. But that's site still revealed. Alright, give me a moment here. Let me finish what I was explaining. So, if I hit this button, it toggles the roofing. So everything that is a man-made roof or a lightly covered overhang is in light green. Anything that has a solid mountain above it is in dark green. Anywhere in this dark green, insects can spawn. So by digging into the mountain, it would end up something like this. And I would have to be careful if I do so. Otherwise, I could expand outward, but then I have just a little bit of room to do so. I'd like to make it defensible if I do that as well. But this apparently is a sight stealer, melee attacking Nico. Once again, they have chosen the wrong target. Nico is, of course, the combat specialist. But this thing has dark psychic invisibility. This creature is psychically twisting the perception of humans, animals, and machines in the vicinity in such a way as to seem invisible. The eye receives their image as a normal, the eye receives their image as normal, but the mind cannot perceive it. Alright. And what is it, though? Emaciated and misshapen humanoids. Their arms end in sharp, curled claws formed from bioferrite. Sight stealers are fragile, but use psychic influence to render themselves invisible until they get close to their victims. They are known to emit haunting screams as they gather on their terrible hunts. Okay, so they seem like they're fairly fragile, but their benefit is that they're invisible until they're close. Well, draft up, folks. Let's take care of this. I think you also have a melee weapon? No, you don't. Alright. So you are still going after Nico. Let's go ahead and run this way. Let's stay out of your line there. And just run around like this. New research available. Discovery of the Sight Stealer has yielded new insights. You can now research the following Anomaly project. Proximity Detector. Okay. Build a device that can detect invisible creatures. Okay. Unfortunately, once again, that's behind circuitry. That's fine, though. Alright, lead it back around through the fields, and shot it dead. Alright. What are you doing? You're hauling it to a dumping stockpile, which is this up here, I'm guessing. And a bunch of new things are happening. Oh, oops, I think that got in the way. Hold on. Right, colonists left unburied, don't care, low corruption. Gonna deal with that soon. Holding platforms need build holding platforms or place holding spots to contain and study captured entities. Holding. Holding spot. Okay, spot for holding dangerous entities. Not as good as a steel holding platform, but a lot better than nothing. Downed entities can be secured at a holding spot where they can be studied. Increase containment strength by building strong walls and doors, and other special containment devices. Okay, so apparently we don't need to be able to have electricity in order to capture these things. I did not realize that. That would have been very nice to know before killing this thing. But now that also means I need containment. Alright, so that was the Sight Stealer, that's the new project. The Deserter. So this is a royalty quest. Allows me to get Psi-Link Reformers, but it would make an enemy of the Empire. Don't really want to do that since we're tribal, and they are at least industrial, if not spacer tech. So we are not going to do that. And then Shambler's Approach. A small group of 4 shambling corpses is approaching. Human force that animates them is fading, so they will collapse within a day. If you can capture one, you can study it for anomaly knowledge. Otherwise, they might not notice you if you leave them alone. Alright. So, it says 4. Oh. One's already dead. So 16 hours, 18 hours, 16 hours. Ah, I see. This one was immortal. So I've added a mod, Immortality. It may mess with a few things. I'm not sure how it's going to affect some of these things, but it seems like this one spawned in as immortal and immediately fell down dead. But since they're immortal, they're probably going to be getting back up soon. So I need to pay attention to any lightning strikes that happen to know when this guy gets back up, because he's probably going to be an enemy when he gets back up and come after us. But if he does, that would be beneficial to me. Yeah, I'm okay with them for the moment. So that guy is now food. Can start making want a stove, I think, right? Fueled stove. Yeah. Want one of these. Just put it up here in this room. There's a strike of lightning. This guy is now up. So they're lesser immortal. They have returned. How good are they? Not very. Do you have any good abilities? You're a flincher, so you're not good at melee and shooting. You're volatile. Are a hair trigger, so be the first to break in any tough situation. So not good at all. Alright. But you're going to attack the ancient bed over here, which was meant to be a distraction for enemies, which is certainly working. But you're probably going to encounter the Mega Spider in just a moment here. If I speed it up a little bit. Also, I'm hearing a lot of new music that I haven't heard before. Alright, you're not getting distracted by the bug. There goes this ancient bed. Oh well. Goodbye, bed. Now he's either going to break it and then get distracted by the insect, or he's going to come after us. Oh, holds 2 steel for that. Alright, he's coming up to attack us at this point. What kind of equipment do I have? So I'd like a melee weapon for this person. So it looks just like a club, I guess. That'll do. Too heavy as a sidearm. Okay, never mind. How about a normal club? Nope, too heavy. I have a knife in here anywhere? Yes, I do see the current carbine. That would be wonderful, but I'm not going to use it. Other than that, we have a pencil. Global learning factor, 50%. Melee damage. You know what? Why not? Now we're gonna have to get that off the shelf first. Current can't equip it. Alright, never mind. Well, as soon as he gets closer, we'll take care of him. It's interesting to note that they turn up as a circle on the map, and the others turn up as triangles. I don't know what the difference is. And maybe one's not a hostile threat, the other one is? I don't know. Alright, pets, however, going to assign to follow us when we're drafted up. And we'll go over here to meet this guy. He only has his fists. So I'm not too worried about it. We have 5 creatures that can attack at range. And this should be handled fairly quickly. I might capture this guy for a bit, though, just because he is immortal. He's currently stunned. Alright, there we go. And now he's trying to get away. Alright. Let's capture him. The other 2 can undraft. They can go back to doing whatever they were doing. I'm gonna capture this guy. Partly because he's immortal. Because I want to try a few things. Like, we have a execution ritual somewhere. Public execution that we can do every once in a while. 19 days, though. Okay, so maybe not so often. You can go ahead and undraft. No, you do not get that. Where do I change that? Change defaults. Prisoners do not get medicine. In fact, set colonists to only herbal, because we can only get that at the moment. If I need them to get better, I'll set it myself. Entities don't get anything. Everything else seems to be set to herbal. Okay. There we go. That's been taken care of. So, part of the reason why I wanted to capture this guy is because we can use him for medical training. So he does, like, there we go, we've reached medical 10. He does regenerate on his own because he's immortal, but it's not fast enough to prevent us from healing him. We're training animals. Do we need training? I guess it does deteriorate. Oh, they're not fully trained yet. Interesting. I thought they were. Okay. But now that that's taken care of, we can... What's going on here? A stunningly good-looking stranger is approaching the colony. She wants to talk. You can send a colonist to hear what she has to say. Hello? Interesting. You have a bile-coated staff. This is a tool that Miko uses for various spells. It can use magic that can trap or disturb enemies. It causes tremendous additional damage to the entity. As in, to the person using it? You have talismans. Harnesses the power of earth to protect its wearer from sharpening? Oh, so from sharp damage, maybe? Protect its wearer from impact. Protect from heat. Alright, so you have protection from fire, you have protection from, guessing, blunt objects, and protection. Interesting. So this is another race that I've added in. A second rabbit race, if you will. They're kind of a medieval or feudalistic rabbit-like race. Shooting of 20. Social of 23. Alright. So another thing I've added as a mod is there is no longer a cap of 20 to a skill. Of course, it does take progressively more points to level something up after 20, but 20 is no longer the cap. There is no cap. Unknown backgrounds. They are of a different ideology. So, if they join me, I'd have to convert that over. They are beautiful, so beauty +2. They are vulgar, so they get a -2 to their social, so this should be a 25. Interesting. And they're an occultist. They have deep knowledge of the twisted patterns of dark psychic energy. They can study unnatural entities faster than others. They'll also periodically teach the inhuman knowledge to others when she gets the chance. And she's incapable of nothing. So, you know what? Oh, but she's unwaveringly loyal. Well, I don't want to take her prisoner. She wants to talk, so maybe she wants to join us. Funny thing is she's wielding a weapon that is detestable by her ideology. And no visible health conditions. Alright, well, let's see what she has to say. She wants to talk. Hopefully she, doesn't get distracted by these guys. My leader speech is available again. Wonderful. So at the moment, she's wandering past. Nope, these guys were not chasing. Excellent. So she's coming up to visit us. Doing at the moment. We're all just asleep and playing games. Sounds about right. Alright, we're gonna wait for her to get up here and we're gonna have a chat with her. Who's our best social person though? 5.9, 8.8, 9.3. So Nico, the combat specialist, who's currently munching on some raw human meat, is our best speaker. So let's see what they have to say. Slow this down a moment. Hopefully they don't decide to become an enemy. Alright, before you do that, let's talk to Saburo. One rabbit to another. Alright, she wants to join. A stunningly good-looking stranger stands in front of you. Her face beams with confidence as she opens her hands in a gesture of fellowship. She says she is here to make a deal and will help you in exchange for simple hospitality. She is deeply knowledgeable of all things related to the void. She can study unnatural phenomena faster than others and will also teach others when she gets the chance. She may be very useful, but you also sense there is something she is not telling you. So I can allow them to join, I can capture them, I can send them away, or I can postpone my decision for a bit. Well, I already noticed that she is unwaveringly loyal, so I don't want to capture her because that would serve no purpose. She wants to join, so sending her away probably isn't a good idea. But like it's interesting timing that this is happening. So we get the ability to study the anomalies, and then suddenly somebody shows up saying, "Hey, I see you're studying the occult. I can help you with that." I think I'm gonna let her join just because she has the occultism trait. So come on, join our cult. So yeah, we're gonna allow them to join. If things go bad in the future, we'll deal with it in the future. So there we are. And of course, they are very unhappy about things at the moment. What's wrong? So, non-elderly style surroundings. This is because of her ideology. We're gonna have to fix that fairly quickly. Led by a cultist. I don't like having a cultist as a leader. Again, because of her ideology. She's wielding a bio-coded staff, which is apparently what she comes with, and she hates it. Been dark in the dark for a while. Don't like it. But you're outside. I suppose it is nighttime. And then gray pall exposure. Well, we will have to fix that. I'll also need to get you a room of your own, I think. So, deconstruct those. Furniture. We're gonna go ahead and make an ebony bed, 45. That'd fit them quite well. I should definitely have average after today. I hope so. Um, been going for a few hours, but I mean we're still at 3 and above. I'd like to keep going as long as possible. Uh, but yeah, again, thank you for helping me out with this. I really appreciate it. I again, like I mentioned in Discord earlier, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make it to yours. I was at work at the time, so there wasn't really much I could do. Um, but yeah, thank you for all the help, everyone. This is certainly, well, helping. All right, I have a new quest here. Mineral screening station. Someone has informed us of a mineral screening station near home. Despite the main building being destroyed, the automatic defense systems remain operational, and we won't be treated as hostile for unknown reasons. This implies we can recover most of the resources without hindrance. Absolutely, just knocked it out today yourself? No worries. Awesome. This expires in 60 days, so up here we have a site that we can visit with possible unknown threats. I may want to visit that soon. Well, if I remember. And we're gonna get you a better pair. We're gonna make a bed out of ebony since we have the spare wood. It's interesting that her name is A. Oh, she's right. I forgot to set her other things. She's also apparently trying to cook. No, please don't do that. You can be a patient, not gonna be a doctor. Bed rest is fine. Hauling, yes. You have no children to take care of. Basic and rearm stuff, yes. Reward? Yes, actually, because you have a high social skill. No to animals. Let's not have them cook. Oh, well, wait. I have a 4. Maybe I will set them to cook. Because they are interested in it. They have a 4. It's not that much lower than my other colonists. Hunting. Sure, we'll leave that on. Constructing. We have a 0, so we won't have her bother with that. Yeah, you can plant. Mining, no. Plant cutting is fine. Not gonna do that. Might have you craft on occasion. Normal hauling actually can be dropped down to a 3 for everyone. Cleaning can be dropped down to a 4. We now have a couple of pets that can do that. Oh, right. I suppose I need to set someone to study things, huh? No sacrificing. And I suppose research will set as a 4 because why not? Another one of these. Let's turn that around. There we go. All those. You don't want them making bad food. And apparently they're tired. No, you shouldn't be tired. You should do anything you want. As far as clothing goes, I'm gonna need to make another one of these. New policy for this race. Clear it all. Allow that. And allow all of these kits. There you go. Now you won't be trying to do that. No drugs. And I guess carry around some healing medicine if you can. Animals are all good. These have another one of these to tame that is wandered in. Wonderful. So we'll get somebody to do that soon. And we can speed things back up now that... Oh. This person has gone berserk. Happened because of poor mood. Final straw was intense pain. Well, that's how it goes. Let's draft this person up. Let's get that equipped. Gonna go over here. Do not break the door. And they're immortal, so I don't care how much damage I do to them. Recapture them, please. There we go. And now we'll tend to those cuts that we just gave you. Need an anomaly project, though. That's what I was working on earlier. Alright, so we can't do containment because we don't have circuitry. Looks like our only two options are extraction or provocation. Probably provocation, because this is a ritual thing. Whereas extraction seems like we need things to extract. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm gonna wake this person up. And... Oops, that was the wrong person. I meant to do this person. This person has the convert. So certain reduction of 96. I think they are at 96. So this is going to be close. There we go. We have converted them over to our ideology. Now, they're not as unhappy about things as they were. They don't worry about the fact that they're using a staff, or that a cultist is leading them, or anything like that. I would like to build a light in here, though. It looks like we are out of wood once again. So let's chop down some more trees and get some more things built. But look, we have a new colonist. We're going to work on these things. They don't like the darkness, which is unfortunate. I slept on the ground and have an awful bedroom. We're working on fixing that up as well. And you know what? Until you're safe around the colony, we're gonna have you drop that staff. But we will pick it up and put it back into storage. Alright, so we do want holding platforms. You know what? Everyone's awake. Let's go ahead, begin an incantation. So we only get a 60% expected quality because we have less people, and we haven't really built this thing up yet, but we do have a new person. So I think we need to increase their corruption score as well. Where are you? What were you doing? Apparently, Yoko has said, "Yeah, let's start incantation ritual. You guys start without me. I'll be there in about an hour." What I should do is build a table in here, put some chairs around it, have some like books and dice decorations or something, because it's not really an incantation. They're just gathering for a D&D session or something. And hopefully this turns out decent to help improve Sebaro's mood. If not, then we'll have to improve their living conditions to get their mood up a little bit. Blasphemous. +1 is not bad. Considering it could be up to a +2. Alright. Floors. Let's get some wooden floors in here to cover things up. We can speed things up a little bit, I think. Just build the floors real quick. Botch a time or two. It's fine. Then retired. That's why it didn't work. So I'm glad that we now have 4 colonists. This will help get us a few things. What are you doing? Oh, you're going to tame the other pets. Okay. That's fine. Alright. I guess you're... Oh, this is going to last for another 15 hours. Okay. This isn't going to change on the fly. Your recreation is satisfied. Spacious interior. Okay, you're going to get burning passion for your work. Oh, okay, so really like cooking. I am going to let you cook then. Although, what I'm realizing is I've built this fueled stove in here and forgot to tell them to use it. So let's copy that, paste it there, copy this one and paste it in here as well. And then we can probably get rid of this. Yeah, we don't need the fire out here for anything anymore. But it does sound like we probably want to build a few more lights in the area. I've got one going in there, got one in here and there. That should be good. Seems like we might need a holding platform, which is how big? 3 by 3? So, wonder if we should have our holding platform in our ritual room. Let's see here. Were they successful in taming? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Those are animal skill, only a 3, so that's kind of expected. Somebody with better taming probably should have done that. And actually, like, I have been going for about 3 hours at this point, a little bit longer. But I think I might call it here for the night. We got to start with some anomaly stuff. We have discovered, I don't want to say cannibal trees, but trees. Is their area grown? Their area is grown. Interesting. So as they grow larger, their stockpile area grow larger. Okay. Yeah, and it keeps all the settings. So we've discovered, I guess carnivorous trees would be the proper word for it. They eat corpses. It seems like they don't care if they're fresh or rotten, or just bones. Bones work for them as well. So, oh, can I can cut them, but they're not like a normal tree where I can extract them and replant them. It would have been neat to be able to plant these up here, you know, just maybe in our defensive area, plant a bunch of those trees so that they automatically start eating our foes once they're downed, that sort of thing. But okay, so we've unlocked the Void Monolith. We have discovered Harbinger trees. We have had a few encounters with Shamblers already. We've discovered Sightseers. What did we do with that anyway? Oh, he's right here. We haven't done anything with it yet. We've built a ritual room. we are okay on food. We just have a containment room to build, which I'm not sure where I'm going to build that. I never did get around to planning uh, a base of any sort, but I'd like for the base to. Let me see if I can get the planning like. I'd like for it to be, I don't know, something maybe like this. Just build ourselves into the corner, only have a lot bigger area. Maybe move our farms down here, but that way we can have a defensive area for anyone coming in from this way and anyone coming in from this way. Um, but I don't know. I'll probably have a look at that some other time. But again, thank you all for helping me out. Uh, I should have reached uh, the numbers I need for affiliation at this point. Um, and if not, I'll let y'all know. I'll post in Discord or on Twitch or something, or not Twitch, Twitter, whatever those things are that you use to communicate. um, but yeah, again, thank you all for showing up today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Everything helps. So, and again, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's session. I'm definitely going to continue this. And yeah, I guess I will talk to y'all next time. Have a good night.